Sanchez, and I was born and raised by the shores of Lake Simcoe. This is my piece, and I titled it Keeper's Flowers because it was the only name that really fit this piece. That's probably the most special photograph to me in my collection. The reason why is because it was the favorite picture of my best friend and near constant companion growing up, who happened to be a four-legged friend, a big German Shepherd named Keeper. And he kind of joined me on my entire journey to becoming an artist. He was there with me all the time, watching the clouds laying in the grass, watching all the insects and little flowers. And he always had just as much fascination with them as I did. And this picture became more special to me actually after it was taken, because this was Keeper's favorite photo. And most people might not think that a dog can appreciate art, but he kind of proved everybody wrong. His favorite colors were pink and purple, and he just would sit in my office, and he was there kind of with me through the whole process, through taking pictures to editing at my desk, curled up under my chair. And just, he was drawn to this photo. It just resonated with him. And he would spend hours in my office just gazing at it. And he looked so happy. It transported him. And I think that's what art is meant to do. It's meant to transport you and take you to a whole another world. So that's why I chose this picture in memory of my best friend growing up, who's no longer with us, but always in my heart. And this photo will always remind me of him.
Good afternoon. It's so nice to see so many people out today in this not quite so nice weather. Anyways, this painting is over 20 years old, and it has special meaning to me because it was the painting I used on my first brochure for the Georgina School of Fine Arts, which I ran over 22 years ago. And I used to rent this building from the town, and I went to the town and I decided I wanted to buy it, only to find out it was so absorbent in the price that I couldn't afford to buy it. And that's how come the gallery got to be here. Instead of it being the Catherine Babbitt Gallery, it's the Georgina Art Gallery. And this picture was taken at Pioneer Village during the Storybook Festival that they used to run there. And artists set up, and then the children came and people came, and they had writers and people telling stories. And that's how the picture came about. And when I did start the gallery here, this is called Little Picassos, and this painting inspired me to teach the Little Picassos class, which was babies from baby stage right up to 3 or 4 before they went to school. Wow. And teach them colors, and the mothers and them came, and everybody got covered in paint. So perfect. So enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Chance in 2008 to go to Tanzania with a volunteer group of Rotarians in Toronto, and we were working on the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro. We woke up every morning and saw Mount Kilimanjaro. It was fantastic, and the sun shining on the peak. So we worked there doing painting and tearing down old leaky tin roofs, things like that. And then at the end, here I am, 2.5 weeks in Tanzania, and I haven't seen very much. I went on a 4-day safari, and I've seen giraffes and elephants and lions all at the zoo. However, I went anyway. It was fantastic. They're so different in the wild. So we went to 2 different national parks out of the 17 in Tanzania. We went to Ngorongoro Crater Conservation Area and Lake Manyara Park. And our entry into Lake Manyara was from above, and we could see the lake in the distance. The little rim on one side was all pink, which was strange. And we got down there, and it was filled with flamingo. And they would fly off and fly in, and they were constantly eating, and their awkward long legs were actually so graceful. I loved them. So when I got home, I painted this. And what I like about it is, and they're actually that color. I like the water. I like the way it ripples. I like the way his foot just touches the lake. And there's a drip of water off the tip of his feet. Thank you.
My name's Paul Smith. I'm from Holland Landing, but I've been a member here for about 10 years. and it's one of my favorite places to come with all the different programs they have and everything. But to get to my picture, I'm a photographer because I can't do the other thing. It would all be stick figures, so it's easier for me to click the button. I think that the hibiscus is probably the single best plant to use as a subject, with all the colors, all the different aspects of it. And some of the things that I try to keep in mind is I'm always looking for texture, so we've got some water droplets on there. I'm always focusing. Now, I'm a very deep person, but in my pictures there's very little lack of depth. So that's good, nobody's laughing, so they don't know that I'm not a deep person. So I think there's so many things that you can focus in on, and it gives you a different picture each time. And the nice thing about photography now is that with digital you can take 200 pictures looking for the perfect picture. Before, it was, especially doing a wedding or something, you'd be worried all weekend, oh, did someone close their eyes, because you couldn't do it over. So I think that's one of the nice things with digital photography. I love the hibiscus, and just to let you know that this is really my picture. We're both in the pink.
My name's Kathleen Kavanaugh, and I lived in Alberta for 30 years. And while I was driving around, I painted a lot of the landscape, and I saw these two trucks, and I thought there's a story behind that. And I noticed that their cabs are side by side. So I thought, these two fellows are probably having a chat about the weather, the crops, or whatever. And then they just up and left and went for a beer. And never came back. But what I got from this painting was friendship. I just thought that those two guys looked like good friends. And I think there's nothing more important than good friends, people you can rely on. I've lost some family one way or the other in the last couple of years, and I really, really depend on my friends. And we're the same age, so we can sit around and complain about our rusty hinges.